Hi everyone, welcome back. Today, what you see before you is a chunky charm in the works. I had filmed a series of videos from start to finish on how I did it, but I chose to delete them because I didn't want anyone to take anything that I had said in the video and think that I was bashing anything in particular. So I just chose not to post the videos, but I am going to post a completion of it and maybe add on some pieces. So I hope everyone understands. I am using a new but old setup with this phone that I'm using, so hopefully it works. And I am choosing not to use my normal setup, only because I feel like this camera is a lot better than the camera that I normally use. So we will find out. Like, in my opinion, this picture that you're seeing right now is much more crisp, much more detailed. So that's what we're going to try to use. And I'm just going to leave my normal camera, which is my cell phone, alone and get started. So this charm I received from Kelly in a swap that we did, and we did a loaded envelope, and I showed you all this. She does a trifolio, I think is what she calls it, and this is what came in there. I love this. This is the second chunky charm or charm that I've received. I got one from Nick's Crafty Corner as well. It was a winning that I won from her channel. So I'm entering a few challenges, and I just have been drawing this from this as an inspiration. And as you all know, I like nautical themed items, and this is all nautical themed in my opinion. The colors, everything, you know, this heart you can definitely find in a treasure chest. And it's a little lock on it, so it's very, very pretty. I don't know what this thing is, which is okay because I'm not here to dissect this at all. I just looked at it and I just got some ideas, like how she put the beads and stuff on there. And so this is what I've come up with. And I'll just go quickly, well, probably not that quick, but I'll go through what I have created, and I use these. And you all may have seen some of these beads in my Instagram post because I altered a cutting board. I had purchased a few because I was going to do another challenge on someone else's channel, and I never got a chance to do it. I can't enter everyone's challenge, and I think I mentioned this before. If you know you post it today and you want it by next week, I can't. I don't have time. I'm not good at creating projects that quickly. I am very, very slow when it comes to crafting, in my opinion. Anyway, so these are the things that I have. I was going to use this change that I got from Hobby Lobby, the Metal Gallery, but I'm going to be using this pink, and I'm just going to cut a row off. And I got this from, or maybe I won't be, because you see it's like a chain link versus, let's see, are you gonna focus for me? Okay. It's like a chain link versus a chain, but I think I still can get these things on here for a chunky charm. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut some off. And I got this from Walmart, and it was in the Mother's Day. This is 2 years ago now. Yep, 2 years ago I got it. And it was the Mother's Day section. They have a little Mother's Day section with a lot of different jewelry you can create and buy. Like I got this in the same spot. The Walmart closest to my house does not have that. So I'm just going to cut this apart. And I guess this can be a craft and chat video. Nothing too serious. And this it sounds like chain, but it feels like plastic. It's really, really light. So I'm not sure what kind of material it really is. And I normally would take my pliers or wire or something and pull it apart, but today I'm just going to cut it. I think that would be a lot easier for me than trying to figure out what's going on and how to pull it apart. So I've just pulled this off like this, and I hope that it doesn't give me a hard time when I go to put the pieces on, because I am going to, the person that I'm sending it to, I'm assuming that she likes pink way too much probably, but it's for a challenge entry, and if she doesn't like it, she can take it apart and use it for other things. But I do think that she likes pink and purple. She likes the girly colors, which is okay. I'm not into the girly colors. I did state before that I don't like purple. Purple is probably one of my colors that I would tolerate because it's a beautiful color. It's just not for me, and I'm just digging around to find some tools. And again, I already had all this stuff set up because, like I said before, I did some videos and I just chose to delete them off because it was in my head more so than anything else. So anyway, what I originally did, how you saw it, is just that I had it kind of laid out how I thought it should be or wanted it to be on here. And right here I put these little small maybe this is not a better camera, jump rings. Let's see, is that it? It's better. These small eye pins on there because I can't really use these that well, so I thought that would be cute to kind of dangle off, because I'm going to use it no matter how or what. I do need to use my stuff that I have on hand versus always running to the store and getting more things because my friends are enablers. You know who you are. I won't call you out any further, but you know how your influence over me is. Paper pads, die cuts, cutting boards, you name it. Not that I think I can do the type of crafting that they do. I just think I need to have it. If they have it, I need it in my life too. Anyway, it's been raining here today. It started last night. It was really, really bad. Thunder, lightning. The thunder was so bad, like it felt like it shook. It felt like an explosion. It sounded like an explosion. And I was like, it's time to get off the computer and it's time to lay down. And that's what I did. I went to sleep and left it into the man upstairs' hand to make sure that I would wake up. And I did. So now what I'm going to do is I want this big piece, and it's really big but super light. I got this from a garage sale, I believe, and it was like 4 or 5 of them. I thought that was so cool. And some of these other beads I got, purchased some from the store, and some I got from a thrift store in a big vase of junk jewelry that I just broke apart and used like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm trying to think, and for some reason my head is somewhere else right now. So let me get it together. And I'm going to be using these, come on camera, jump rings. And if you are not familiar with jewelry making or any type of thing, I wasn't, even though I read jewelry books and my mom made jewelry, you take your pieces and you pull them like that. Like you bend, you twist, you don't pull. I used to pull mine apart like that. But all the crafting jewelry gurus say to do it that way. So that's what I'm going to do. And right here, I made this little split ring, but I didn't make this jump ring. And I didn't want it all to be silver or gold or whatever. So I just used various colors. And I always like to put 2 jump rings on, or a split ring and a jump ring. I just like it because it gives it some length as well as some stability, in my opinion. Because I've purchased jewelry from places that has fallen apart, and it was supposed to be, from it was a reputable company, as well as a pretty piece of pricey jewelry that has come apart. I don't normally wear jewelry, even though I own some pieces. I don't wear it because I don't like for stuff to touch my skin. It breaks out. I know I told y'all last time I don't like water touching my hands, so you're probably like, she's Howie Mandel's cousin or something. I'm not. It just feels funny on my hands. I promise I'm not into things like that, like no water touching me, I can't have people around and things like that. It's just that some things do bother me, as I'm sure some things probably bother you all as well. And I'm just going to open some of these. I usually lay them all out open, but because my head is not here and I went out to Walmart and purchased some more jump rings, and you see I'm using the ones here, not those. We're just gonna go with it, because the more you think about some of your crafts, the more you're gonna be critical or hypercritical in my case, and you end up scrapping a project and starting over. And I don't want to start over, because I believe that I have a great foundation. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to put them super close like that. So those will probably be the only close ones, because I want it to be spaced out enough that you can see all of the pieces. And these little charms I'm going to put on last. No, I'm going to put them on now. And I got some of these pieces from Michaels, Joann Fabric, AliExpress, and Hobby Lobby, and Walmart. If you feel like you can't afford to get a lot of jewelry making stuff, you can definitely get some from Walmart, because I got, I'm going to open this so you're going to hear some noise. I got some pieces yesterday from Walmart, those pieces I told you about, and they were $2, $1.94, which is a great deal in my opinion for what I got. I got like 200 pieces, 200, 300 pieces. I'm not sure. I think it was 200. I don't want to overstate it. You get there and they only have 100 pieces or whatever. So I think it was 200 pieces. It was like $1.94. But of course, you know, you get what you pay for. So make sure you're paying for what you want, not because I said it was inexpensive. And I'm just going to go ahead and open some of these up, and I am going to just chat away. I really like this, the color. I think it's very crisp and clear on the camera. I just hope that the sound is great and everything's good to go. And I am choosing to do this because the phone that I'm using now has some data on it that I can't retrieve, I can't pull off. I probably could email it to myself, but I'll just leave it on. This is the phone that I had when my son was born, so it's sentimental to me. I'm very, very into things like that. I'm a very sentimental person, and you know, little things mean a lot to me. So his baby picture's on my phone, and now because Google is such a hoarder of data and information, when I got my new phone, it automatically went over to it as well. But some of the pictures didn't transfer. Some of the things that I had on my phone didn't transfer. And right now I'm just pulling things. And I have told you all this before. I don't like how I make my hoops. And this is one I made. So I usually use the one that comes with the piece. And you can't see a thing. You can just hear me rambling on, huh? So let me see something. Okay, that should be better, hopefully. And what I tend to do, because I am left-handed, I tend to work backwards always, with just about every project that I do. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not embarrassed. That's just how I do. Even though, because this is the bottom, this is where I want this big piece to go. So, I'm not sure why. Well, I know why, because I am left-handed, but that's just how I always do it. I'm a nonconformist in some aspects, and then other things I'm all about right-handedness. I was watching somebody's YouTube video, just a random video, and they were making something, and I was like, oh my God, that person's left-handed. I was a little bit too excited. I have subscribed to, I try to support all the left-handed people that have channels that I know of. But I wouldn't say I pruned all of my subscriptions, because I definitely haven't. There's some stuff on there. Some of the people that I'm subscribed to that I'm like, what were you thinking? So, but I have been going through and purging subscriptions, I guess you could say, because I want to stay focused on what I like. So I'm not sure if I think I told you this, but I have natural hair. I am black American, so I no longer use relaxers in my head. So I used to be subscribed to a lot of natural people, and I still am, but sometimes natural hair people can be a bit much. It can be a bit much. So what I do on this, I just take this piece and I always put my charm on as well, and then I put it on here. What I really should do is be putting another jump ring. See how I have this jump ring right here? I probably should put another jump ring, so I should probably put 3 jump rings to make it more secure, but I'm just going to do this, and I've been putting it in a double loop versus one, only because I think that it's more secure like that. But then you put more abuse or wear on the jump ring, because if you make your pieces, the charms too heavy, you can definitely put too much weight on that little jump ring. So that's why it's important to get what you like and something of quality versus price wise. But when you do make charms, well, some people, not everyone, some of these charms are not, they're light, like they're acrylic or plastic. In this instance, these crackle pieces are glass, or crackled. I'm assuming they're glass because it's crackle glass. This is, I think that's glass as well, and this is glass, but this is acrylic. These little metal pieces are very light, and then, you know, this is glass. So all of these are, it's a good distribution of weight throughout the chain. But the thing is, since it's a chunky charm, it's going to be like that. And this is a long, chunky charm. Let me see. Let me look at my reference piece. Because this thing right here that she made me is so amazing and beautiful and heavy. And you see how she has this brown piece? I don't know where she got these jumbo chunk. I guess I could just ask you, Kelly, where'd you get these jumbo jump rings? If you've made it this far in the video, maybe you can tell me. If not, I'll just PM you and ask you. So this is a tad bit on the long side. I could just cut it here, but I won't. I'm going to just leave it as is and keep on going. So what I'm going to do in order for this to be my end piece is that I'm going to find another jump ring, because I used them all that I had opened already, and fold it over and put it on there. So I told you all that I really wanted to learn how to make paper flowers, and that process is definitely coming along. I'm not satisfied yet. I got a paper punch right here that has this little flower, and I've watched a few videos on how to do it. And Elemental Designs, she has a live stream that she posted, I want to say about a month ago, with paper flowers. But I need more. Let's just put it like that. I am when it's things that should be very simple for me, I struggle extremely hard. I just don't know why. The easy stuff in my head that should be easy to me is hard. It's very hard for me to grasp and understand, whereas the simple stuff for me that may be easy, that may be hard for other people, is super easy for me. So that's just how my brain is set up. That's how I'm designed, hardwired or whatever. I'm going to open this, and I got this from Michael's or either Hobby Lobby, and I don't know why I got these. I know why I got them, but they're so small and I struggle a lot with them because I can't do my pin, my head pin piece. So that's why I struggle with them. But I'm going to pull out a few pieces and put them along with the charm. I think that just adds something to it, to the piece itself, and we'll go from there. A lot of people have been making these charms, like charm pieces, for their junk journals, and it's cool. I really like that. I admire people that can do a lot. I'm just trying to find just not a split ring, but a jump ring, and I definitely can't find one. And I don't want to use any more of those brownish ones. Let's see. I had got this from Joann Fabric about a year ago. No, longer than that. 2 years ago almost, I think. And it was like $2 because they were clearancing it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get those because I can definitely use all of that stuff. And I went on a jewelry making frenzy. So it was right before I had my little roommate, and I sat here because I was on bed rest after a certain point because I was considered high risk OB because I was over 35 when I had him. So I was just sitting here at home making jewelry, earrings, going crazy. And that was before I had ever made a craft. You can't see. Have y'all seen any of this? Y'all just been hearing me ramble. I'm trying to remember the stand frame. Usually I don't struggle to stand frame because I work through the camera. But for jewelry, you need a little bit more attention to it when you're playing around with these small pieces. Like paper crafting is easier. That's not right. That's not what I want to do. All right, so I'm going to close this up just like that. Close this up. I'm going to open this at the bottom. And then I'll attach it. Let's see. Nope. See, this is what happens when you start getting in your head. You start just being goofier than what you really are. So I created a whole bunch of stuff, just random stuff, and I was here by myself because, as I told you all, my big roommate is on the road more than he's home, and I had sent him a picture and I was like, what do you think? He was like, how much is it? What you selling it for? He thinks that I should not give away any of my craft stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm going to give it away until, and just because it's fun to make things for people, not just for profit. So I really like how I did this piece right here, this little dangle on there with these charms. So what I'm going to do is pull out some more of these. And I really like this. I got this from AliExpress. I think I already told you that. And I want to say it's like $3, if that. I always try to find not super expensive items, especially if someone is selling the same product for $2 less. And again, I've been talking with some of my new friends that I've made since being on YouTube, and we discussed the prices that we get from the big box stores versus online. And you probably know that a lot of the stuff that we purchase is made not in America. So I guess I'm kind of cutting out the middleman by just purchasing directly from the distributor or that person versus going to the big box store and getting it. But I will say that if you need it now, definitely order it online from AliExpress. You will not get it now. You're going to wait a while. So if you have patience, that is fine. I think I'm going to have to fix my lighting because that shine is getting on my nerves. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to open one of these up, and I'm just going to attach it to the metal piece just as is. So anyway, what I went off on a tangent for there. What I want to do besides to make flowers is I want to learn how to make tassels, because that's my next goal. I bought a tassel maker, and then I saw someone do it with a piece of cardboard, and I was like, you big dummy. But, you know, I have that tassel maker. So tassels and pom-poms, all that pretty stuff that people put on their pocket letters, flip books, junk journals, all those cool things that I don't really have or know how to create on my own. I want to do that. And in my opinion, a tassel should be simple. All you need to do is wrap it around a few times and cut it. And I tried that, and then it just fell apart. So again, the easy to me is not always simple and easy. So anyway, this is where we are so far. And we have 2 more charms to put on in these pieces, and I don't know if I'm going to have room for all of these pieces to go on there, honestly. I'm sure I will. And then I need to find a big key ring or a binder holder and put it on there, and then we'll be done. And we can move on to the next project, which is, I don't know yet. I sit here when I have free time and I try to hurry up and craft something, and I'm just like, what are you going to make? What are you going to make? What are you going to make? And my brain's like, I don't know. I want to make a button canvas art. I have an idea, but I need to pull out the buttons first before I can even start that. And that's going to take a while, a long time actually, because what I want to do is have a design, a button design. So it's going to take a while. And I'm going to put this one, and this one says, just for you. Yep, I'm going to have to fix this focus. Hi everyone. I don't know what just happened, but I just spent like the last 10 minutes running my mouth, and the camera had stopped. Oh my goodness. So anyway, it's all good. It's one of those days, but I'm not going to delete this. It's 28 minutes of me rambling. Anywho, let's see if I can't make it look better. So this is how it looks. Y'all know I'm not into editing videos yet. Probably won't be there for a long time. But I really enjoyed making this. This is so much fun to do. And this is how it looks. I just need to add one more piece to it, which is the circle on the end of over here. But this is my chunky charm. And it's going to be for a entry on one of all these channels that I'm subscribed to that have challenges. I just hope I can get it in on time, and that's why I'm not saying what challenge is for, because I might not make it for her challenge on time, and I don't want to say that I'm going to do something and not do it. That would really bug me, to have this project sitting here and not be able to send it out. So anyway, I could always send it out, just not for the entry, so that's not a big deal either. But I don't want to say, hey, left-handed crafter, I'm sending you your challenge entry tomorrow, and it never makes it, because I have male issues, male, not masculine issues, postal male issues. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed me listening to me ramble on, since some of my stuff was out of frame. Anyway, happy crafting.